clear shot.
And so we continue. What exactly did Moses do that no one else after him did? Maimonides says that all prophets who come after Moses, if they deny the prophecy of Moses, they've lost their license to practice prophecy. Because our eyes saw and our ears heard how God told Moses to tell us what to do. But there's an interesting midrash. The midrash says that as an introduction to the Ten Commandments, it says that God said all of these words, lemor. Now the word lemor is a buzzword. It means God said to Moses, lemor, to tell someone else. And if everybody was there, all of Israel was there, who is the lemor? Who is he supposed to tell? And the Midrash says that all subsequent prophets, all subsequent prophecies were given to Moses at Sinai. All subsequent laws, all subsequent concepts in Torah were all given to Moses at the time of the Ten Commandments. And that's what lemor means. He said these words so that later all of the great scholars and all of the great spiritualists and all of the great judges and all of the great prophets of Israel, they would be able to say what they could say from the words of the Ten Commandments. In other words, it is from Moses and from Moses' prophecy that we all draw our knowledge and our inspiration and our insights and even our spiritual experiences. And that's why, if a prophet comes along to deny the prophecy of Moses, he is a false prophet, because all prophecies come from that revelation on. But I want to go back to the original point. If Reuven has a prophecy, you're forbidden to repeat that prophecy. You're not allowed to say that prophecy because the prophecy was given to Reuven and not to you. And he is to be the agent of God. And if Shimon says Reuven's prophecy, Shimon is supposed to be killed. Now, we cannot become the prophets of God if God speaks to someone else. So how is it that we shared Moses' prophecy? Where does it come from? If I can't hear a prophecy from someone and repeat it, how is it that we take Moses' prophecy and use it as a basis, not only for our belief, but if someone comes to deny it, if Jesus comes along, or Muhammad comes along, or Jim Jones comes along, and they do all kinds of tricks, but we know that they're false prophets. How can we make that a break, make that point? Aren't we using somebody else's prophecy? Who are we to compare prophets and prophecies? And the answer is that all of Israel, every single one of us, even though we're created as individuals, are part of the entire body of Israel. Our souls at the core are really one. We are cells of a great unit. We are like limbs of a great body of people, attached forever by God. And because we are essentially one soul, that is how we experience the prophecy of Moses with Moses. Because Moses' soul and our soul are one common soul. And the experience was one common experience. We didn't just hear and Technicolor see. It wasn't just a pony and dog show. It was a spiritual experience which we experienced together, not just as separate observers. And that's the secret of the concept of Mimutza Mechaber, a connector. The connector does not create a separate entity for us to worship. Moses and Israel are synonymous. As Rashi says, Moses is Israel and Israel is Moses. And so we experienced the same spiritual experience that Moses did. And we also learned that all prophecy and all inspiration of Torah all came from that one point 3,320 years ago. That's how we know automatically that Christianity is false, that Islam is false, that Buddhism is false. We know that because if it's not from the prophecy of Moses, then it's not really a prophecy. Because that was the one time that God himself spoke for all prophets, all of them, until the Messiah, speak through an angel, not directly from God. There's only one time that God spoke directly, and that was at the time of the Torah.